Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today we're going to do my July 2022 flip through. So this is like a December daily where people write about their activities in December. Melody Made here on YouTube and I 3 years ago decided, COVID was over and we were going to do July daily journals and write about how life was as the virus went away and everything got back to normal. It started out pretty fun and it wasn't the July in 2020 that I expected it to be, but since then I have kept it up and there's room in this book, so I'll probably do it again next year. I think it's interesting to see what things are like a year apart. And in a December daily, you do a lot of the same family traditions, but in a July daily, not so much. But it does tell you what's going on in your life, who you're spending time with. I had a video where I showed you this journal, and then I think I gave you a quick glimpse, maybe one other time in updates. If you're new to my channel or you haven't kept up, you should know that July was a rough month for me. So if you're looking for happy-go-lucky, this might be a little heavy for one of my videos. You might want to watch updates. It'll be linked down below, and then you can decide if you want to watch this video or not. How about that? Okay, so I made this out of cereal box and something. I think I shared all that before. Then I spilled coffee on it. I don't know if you can tell in this video, but the top half of this has a tea-dyed look to it, coffee dyed, and the bottom is pretty clean. I wish that I had evenly spilled the coffee, but at least it, did give some interest. And I think it was Nancy that asked, there's coffee here too, if I was going to do something else to the cover. So I guess my answer, Nancy, is yes, I'm going to coffee dye it. And I am either going to use this tie from Mary and maybe stamp on here and tie it, or somewhere I have a hair tie that I was going to use. I think Mary might have sent me that too. If you take something that kind of squishes it together, it'll shape it, and then next year it'll be ready to add more. On the front here, I have a wax seal that Emily did and sent me, and you'll see that on the tag, but I just like how it hangs over the front. Then I can't remember how much of this was already done. This was an interesting journal because I decorated it ahead of time. And you saw that in the video. And then I added my journaling and my details. A couple of things that I learned. Decorating ahead of time is great because the journal's ready to go. Had I not done that, there's no way I would have finished this July. I would have given up, I'll tell you. So it had that going for it. You will see, I'll show you a couple pages where the way I decorated the page definitely wasn't fitting my mood that day or what was going on, but maybe that was a good thing. Maybe it was a reminder. I don't know. I'll show you a couple of them. Okay, so I have the cute little frame, like photo frame. I don't know if that was in here last time I added it, and I changed things up a little because this was so thick. Then here we have I Love Willamette Humane Society, and I'm not going to show you all my journaling, but on my journaling card, I wrote about the day before I went to a party that was a goodbye party because they were merging with Oregon Humane. So I just thought that was kind of a fun way. And let me think, all of them, Wilson, Parker, Sadie, and Pooh Bear, all came from Willamette Humane. And then I have, different embellishments, and I've added some stickers. And this actually goes right here. So this is my journaling card. And then I have stamping and stickers on it. And no change to this since the last time you saw it. Oh, except I did add this pin, Wilson and I, and some glittery stars around the edges. And then I just kept playing with my brilliant blue marker. So I drew around the hard rock circle with my marker. And in here, I used Nancy's card from a long time ago to journal on the back of. And then I have an adorable picture of Wilson. In the morning, he was a snuggler. Big time. Big time. Feed him breakfast, snuggle, nap. Okay, then Parker. This is one of my favorite pictures of Parker, but this was after she was having trouble, so her eyes are a little weepy. Isn't it crazy? Can you tell? Her eyes were different colors. They were like, one was more brown and one was more green. And then I journaled about when we first brought her home. And this is my journaling card, and I have a little stamp for 4th of July, and I put a bunch more stamps here, and then you open it up. This is the 5th, and you can see my numbers vary. Like sometimes they're over here, sometimes they're over here. I think it was my very first December daily, I put them all in the same place on the page, and it makes it really lumpy. So you might want to think about when you number your pages, where you're going to put it and how thick it makes it. Then a really cool foam America with blue around the edges that I got in Happy Mail, and then stars. And this was the day that I said goodbye to Parker. So I have cherish, and then in the little envelope I have love, and then I journaled on the back of that. And then this was the tag that Emily made, and I saw it on Instagram, and I was just enamored with it. And then she sent it to me. Look at this. And so I have all my journaling on the back. Not my best day ever. Okay, then here's a great example. It's July 6th, and I had attached these joy embellishments. Well, the 6th was the day I said goodbye to Wilson. So I was still reeling from Parker, and then this came. But I think some of this, when you look at it, like, this is a good reminder for me to have the joy even when times are hard. It wasn't a good day, but it could have been so much worse. I mean, when you have to say goodbye to one of your fur babies, at least we did it on our terms and we were both there. And so I think thinking about that, and then this was already here too. Life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful. So I think you just have to look on the bright side. I had a lot of things to say this day, so I have 2 journaling cards. I'm guessing you're not shocked that I had a lot to say. Crafty Reasons colored this and sent this to me a long time ago, and I just haven't found the perfect card or anything to put it on, and I thought, no, I'm putting it in my journal today. And then this was from the vet's office. You're supposed to plant it and it grows flowers, but I didn't. And you know, I'm not a big fan of hearts, but when it comes to my fur babies, heck yeah. So that is the 6th. Then on the 7th, I have a bunch of journaling in here, and this tag that says, even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. And I didn't write on the back of it, but I just really thought it should go there. And I have a couple fun things that I haven't used yet, so I was looking for a spot for them. I knew I had tags somewhere that didn't have it. So let's just jazz this up, and I wanted some of this in here. Whenever I do these flip throughs, I always find one more thing you could add. When I went through before I filmed, I didn't take absolutely everything out of the pockets, so I didn't see it. Okay, so then this is an envelope that I think Emily sent me, and then, look, that's just fun, sticking out the top. This was from Kathy. Kathy sent me flowers, and they were blue roses, and they were stunning. And I had a bit of a health scare this spring. It's been a year, hasn't it? And then summer came. And so I took this piece of melted glitter it was part of Noni's trash. You know how she is about those. And I put the blue rose petals under it. And because when those flowers came, it was a scary time, right? You're waiting, you're trying to figure out which way is the year going to go. And the weather was still pretty gloomy, so I was laying around recovering, and it was chilly. And then summer came, and it was all fine. But it's interesting, right? This is me being grateful for something that good that happened. And the 7th and 8th, I probably wasn't feeling that, but it was already in here. This one of you sent me in Happy Mail, and I just added a little more and put it in here because I think, you have to keep making wishes and be happy. This is, it must have been my birthday card, the birthday girl, but it was red and I used it and embellished it. This is one of those clusters that I had sewed, and then I just added the number 8 on it. when I make those clusters, I don't know what they're going to be later, but I try to leave them so I can add to them. These are journaling cards that I made, and then I put tabs. This says everyday stuff, and then I wrote on the back, Sweet Land of Liberty. Let's glue this together because this envelope is not holding up real well. And fun embellishments. And I didn't even realize it says you got carded right here on this envelope. That's cute. A flag, and then a journaling card. This was one of Noni's trash pieces. It was embossed. I think that's where it came from. And then inked and embossed. I don't know. Anyway, it's fun. I think it came from Mary, and I was like, yep, it will. I'm not really sure. What really matters is what you do with what you have. And this blue bird was in my stuff, laid out, and the star, and it will be okay. And one of the things that was interesting that happened in the week after Parker and Wilson were gone, I realized I'd lost a necklace. Like a necklace that's pretty important to me. And it was on my mind, and it was stressing me out. But I also think it was kind of a distraction and a gift. Something else to think about for a while. And then finally I was like, I'm over it. I'm going to focus on Mr. Crafting and Relaxing and Sadie. And then it showed up. Cute pictures. Parker, my girl was not skinny, right? She was not skinny. And then Mr. Crafting and Relaxing and Wilson would snuggle all the time. So Wilson came up, put his head in his lap, and he would just lean over him and they would snuggle. They were so cute, so cute. And I just like the little doggy right here. This one of you sent me in Happy Mail, and I used it for my journaling card. And then I put some netting on there because that's just fun. And stuff like this sticking out the bottom, it won't get messed up. It just sits on it alone. And I had this fabric. So I wrote about just the ordinary day. Let's see what I wrote. I wrote that I worked and it was crazy hot. The deck setup is gorgeous but lonely. I had my coffee inside on the couch while Sadie gave me a massage. And Sadie has taken the whole house back. And I wrote that on July 11th. It is so true. She is just taking over. It's crazy. Okay. Oh, I tried some washi tape. It's not holding up. But you get the idea. I wasn't sure if I'm going to do something else on this page. So I didn't want the washi tape to be permanent. But now I'm thinking I'm not going to do anything else. So maybe I'll put a touch of glue under it. When you stop and look around, life is pretty amazing. It's true. I mean, even when it's not awesome, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. So both of these I added more recently. ShopHardRock.com. I have some embossed star strips, and then I glued some stars on, and then I used this card for my journaling. I think this was in the kit that Melody sent me from Melody Made. And just the end of the envelope for my pocket. This was a mixed media thing that my friend Andrea made using a mold. And then I put some stamping, and then this is the other side of the card, but I think I told you guys in the first video, I covered up her signature there. And then stamping and stickers, and this is my journaling card right here. And then a good friend will come and bail you out of jail, but a true friend will be sitting next to you saying, damn, that was fun. I thought the thing about friendship in this month was really important because so many of you sent me wonderful cards, or you just messaged me. Some of you, I think I must have been like on a checkup cycle, right? Because you would just ping me on Instagram, hey, how you holding up? How you doing? And I just wanted you guys to know that I appreciate that. I can't possibly share those cards and talk about that, but I really, really appreciated it. So this is the 15th. I think this came from Bourbon Creek Crafts, Beth. Thoughts from my rocking chair. Totally makes me think of my grandpa. I thought about decorating right here, but then I decided not to. This was the day that I just said, that's it. I'm not going to worry about where my necklace is. I'm going to go on and kind of let that go. This I think is pretty cute. See, this was another one of those clusters that I made. Then I added this when I laid it here, and this, and then put the 15. So you just never know exactly how your embellishment clusters are going to be used, but they give you a starting point, inspiration. Not all stars belong to the sky. That came in a pocket letter from Susie a long time ago. I think it was from Susie. Make today ridiculously amazing. Oh, that's funny. I didn't write on the back of that one. I thought I wrote on both of them. Then this is my actual journaling card in this. It's a fun die cut, and it's in this pocket. And then I put a little punch out so you can see it. Keep dreaming. And there's a bit of the embossed vellum that Emily sent me. So it's red vellum embossed with stars on top of this gorgeous blue embellishment that says keep dreaming. And then I put blue stickers on top of it. Just layers of good, scrumptious goodness. This day, I actually made an updates video, which kind of surprised myself. And I put in my application to foster dogs. Because I think, I just knew that, yes, things were hard, but I could still help. We have to fix this. There we go. Some of this, like this circle with this red, black, this has been in my stash for, I would say 15 years probably. Look at this. Noni colored this up for me. I put it all on here. 17th. This is my journaling card. And I wrote, Star came to live with us. Because that was kind of a highlight of the month, right? And I liked that it stuck out. You didn't even have to go looking for it. Then you turn the page. And I've stamped a bunch on here. And this came in Happy Mail in one of the cards. And it says, a dog's kiss will cure almost anything. And Star was a snuggler, for sure. I'm hoping he still is, right? Definitely a snuggler. So this is a partial page where I journaled and what was going on. And then I want to put a photo here of Star and Mr. Crafting and Relaxing and I all on the couch. So I marked it. You can see when I want something like that, I leave it sticking out and then try and get the picture ordered. I order mine on my phone and have them printed at Walgreens. I don't think it matters where you go. Walgreens might not be the best printer, but I think it works. Okay, then 21st, and you notice all these are different. Here's my journaling card, and then I added some stamping down here, and I think we talked about this last time. And here's my journaling card right here. And another embellishment. This was already made, Let Freedom Ring, and the Let Freedom Ring is embossed. Summer, and it's a pocket with a tag. And this one must be the 23rd. Yep, this is my sister's birthday, and so the rose is for her. This was already on here, and I thought this was an interesting reminder for me. By doing what you love, you inspire and awaken the hearts of others. At a time when, maybe I was having a harder time doing that. Stamping, this was the envelope. The envelope came decorated and I used it. Here's another envelope that came and I just put a little bit of stuff on it. Then I wrote about my sister's birthday party and what we did for that. This is a piece of Noni's foiling trash and I put some stickers and Land That I Love on it. 25th, super cute America sticker down here that came in Happy Mail to me, and a bunch of stamping. And I love this paper, so I didn't do anything with it. It is just goodness. I don't even know where I got it. We'll go off on the 4th. I think that was from Mary. And then I layered a piece of paper underneath, this light blue one. It actually went with this collection of embellishments. This whole thing made the newspaper a little more sturdy. And then this is my journaling card tucked in the pocket, and it sits right there. Little tuck spot. Can fold it. And then I added some stars to the newsprint, just a couple. The rest were already there just because I had these navy ones throughout the book and I was tying it together. Love this. I put this big vinyl star on here and then a pull tab. Put that right there. And a fun paper clip that's a blue hand. And here we are. This is the card for the 28th. And I was traveling for work, and Mr. Crafting and Relaxing was taking care of Star. Then on the 30th, I went to a goat farm because it was for someone's birthday, and so we went and played with goats. That was a nice distraction probably for me in the morning because I was coming home to do the adoption meeting, I knew, and probably better than me staying home and stressing Star out, right? Then you'll notice I label my cards. That way, if you're crafting and they fall out, or years from now you go to take it out of the cupboard and it falls out, you know where it goes. So that's July 30th. And then this is a nice reminder. Joy is not in things, it is in us. And there's a gorgeous blue butterfly right there. Sometimes we just forgive the pink. Then the 31st, we spent cleaning up the house again, taking all the dog stuff and putting it away. It was a little easier, and I told myself, well, he might come back, so it's different. Mr. Crafting and Relaxing says he's not coming back. He's going to live happily ever after. And I mean, I hope he's right, but it does make the cleaning up a little bit easier. I am getting ready to go on vacation, so I'm not taking in a foster right now, but maybe when I get back, I will. Then here I have this all set for next year. So I have the first, I have some fun string that I don't really know what my plan is, but it was laying on the counter and I thought, I haven't used that yet and I really want to use it. So I punched holes and ran it through. So that is my July daily for 2022. And this book will be 2022 and 23. So I'm glad I didn't label the cover with the year or anything yet. Some people say you should finish a journal or art journal or book before you do the whole cover, and maybe they're right. But I do need to put some sort of closure on it. I hope that gave you some insight, gave you some inspiration. I do the big things first and then I circle back, or maybe I work on the page I'm on. It completely depends. I don't have a specific, you have to do everything at the same time. A bunch of these little tiny stickers and stars that you see glued on, they went on when I found them as I was cleaning off the counter. So you just open the book and say, oh, I could use a little something here. Or if you open the page and it's all fabric and you don't want to try and glue little things to it, look at a different page. Have fun and get creative with your junk. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.